Welcome back to the channel, guys. In this one we're going to be installing the DMR software required to run our hotspot node that we built in the previous video. So the next step of the process, go across there to W0CHP's website. We look there for the operating system. So the one we're looking for is Pi 0 or 02 module. So if we look here through the list, you can see different platforms are supported. The one that we're looking for, of course, is the top one, which is Raspberry Pi. So go ahead, click on that one, leave it download. It does take a little while, depending on your internet speed, of course. But when that's downloaded, we can move on to the next step. So now we're complete there. We open Finalize Etcher and we select the file that you've just downloaded. We select the image and we want to write this onto a new micro SD. We've already prior formatted this, of course, and hit the flash. So Finalize will now head off there and start decompressing, compiling and getting the software ready. So again, this takes a little while. Eventually we'll be somewhere finished and our micro SD will be set to pop into our newly made node. So now all we need to do is pop in our IP address, and then we'll be greeted with the new installation. It says wait a few seconds and it will direct us to the next page. So if we wait here and see what happens. Now we've got a login page. Now the login usually on these ones is a pi-star and the password is raspberry. So those are the default settings, pi-star and raspberry, and that should give us access then to the dashboard and give us a few details to change. So go ahead and save that if you like. So first off, we're met with the host name, so we're going to leave that one as pi-star. And then we have the call sign. So the call sign is our own call sign. So we pop in the call sign. And if we're already registered for DMR, it's going to pop up with our DMR user number, which is nice and handy. We don't have to type that in, go looking for it. It will find it automatically. Next, we want to pop in our frequency. We type in our frequency in this little box here. And then we move on down, make a few changes. So now we have to tell the system what modem we're using. There's various different types. Your manufacturer will leave you know which one that you should be using, but in my case, we click here. And then we have our time zones. So you change to your local time zone. Plenty to choose from. Leave our dashboard language alone. A few location settings here so we can get our latitude and our longitude by clicking on the little button. It's just as easy copy and paste in this page. So we go in our latitude and now our longitude. Then you have your town and your locator. So in my case, it's Mallow. And then we have our country. And then you can put a URL in, so you can put your own private page in, or you can set to auto. It will automatically go to your QRZ page. And then we have our little modem configuration for the host. All the different modes here. You've got D-Star, you've got the YSF, the Yaesu, the P25. In my case, I'm going to be using DMR. So I'll be selecting DMR. And of course, OLED. We have a little OLED screen. And then I go ahead and insert my code. So if you haven't got this code set up, go across to Brandmeister and you can enter your code in your self-care center. That should give you the access that's needed for the DMR to operate. And once we've done that, go ahead and hit apply changes. So next up, we head over to configuration. So we're going to make our settings here for the DMR to connect ourselves to the Brandmeister network. We're going to go down, scroll along until you see Brandmeister. There's other settings there, so if you wanted to set up something different, a different DMR provider, in my case I'm going with Brandmeister. So we're going to select the Irish server, or the closest server to your country. So we've selected Ireland. And then we're going to change my ID to 2. I already have a node running. So we're going to have our ID /02, just to let the system know that it's a second hotspot. We just check through the settings now and make sure that everything is correct. Now, as that's been changed, we're going to go across to Brandmeister. And from Brandmeister here, we're going to get the API key. As you can see, we've already got a hotspot set up, so we're going to have to revoke access for the old spot that's no longer working. And now it's been revoked. So now we're going to go up and add. And we call this hotspot 2. Then it's going to give us a new API key. So we'll go ahead and copy. Click copy. And then we should be able to paste that into the section. If we go back to our Brandmeister. And then we just copy and paste directly into the box and apply the changes. And that should be it. We should be up and ready now for Brandmeister. So if we jump into the settings here, put ourselves into talk group 91. Be nice and active. And that's it. You can see the hotspot is in transmit at the moment. Just putting out the signals and ready to receive. We're all up and running. Hotspot all finished. And guys coming in on the Brandmeister network.
Talk group, and then I can maybe try to program it into my radio here. Over. QSO. Let me get the number for you real quick. The number is